It's your folk, Young Gov Da Great, and I'm chilling with my partner, Better Trey. Don't leave your seat.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you come from.
Man, I reside in Decatur, Illinois. Man, I come from Decatur, Illinois, West Side. I'm strong with it, man. It's just the movement.
So, was you born in Decatur, or were you born somewhere else?
Yeah, I was born in Decatur.
Born in Decatur, that's cool, that's cool. So, I know you got that new mixtape that just dropped out, Young Gov Da Great. Tell us the story, like how did that come about, how you get the name?
Man, it's like, the great come from, you know what I'm saying, basically, people doing the impossible, you know what I'm saying. I'm great in a sense because I feel like this, in just 1 year, I done so much that it was just unbelievable, you know what I'm saying. It's like from the shows, to the radio, to the newspaper, to everything, you know, we everywhere, so I feel like I've accomplished so much, it's great, you know what I'm saying, Young Gov Da Great.
Yeah, so we're going to backtrack a little bit. The name Young Gov, exactly how did you come about with the actual name?
Well, I look at it like this. Gov, which stands for governor, you know what I'm saying? Governor controls a lot, you know what I'm saying? I like to be on top, I like to keep everything in order, and you know what I'm saying, stick to a straight plan, like, you know what I'm saying? For a governor, he sets everything that goes on in this city, he passes votes for certain things, you know what I'm saying? And he keeps everything in order, so we a straight movement, you know, so we keep everything in order with everything we're doing.
Alright, okay, you've worked with a lot of people. You talk about all the time. What's some of the people that you work with that you really like?
Oh man, I didn't work with Gorilla Zoe. I just did, like, you know what I'm saying, a little show with him about 2 weeks ago in Kankakee. I worked with Waka Flocka. We did a show in Champagne. I worked with Soulja Boy, and I worked with Dero, I worked with Crime Mob, with B-Ham, I mean, the list goes on, you know what I'm saying? But one of the main people I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I connected with pretty strong, you know, so we broke bread pretty tight with my big partner, Gorilla Zoe. Shout out to him.
Yeah, is there anybody that you really want to work with that you ain't really got the chance to work with yet?
To be honest, I want to work with everybody, you know what I'm saying? I want to continue to build the fan base and, you know, just connect with everybody. It's not an artist I will turn it down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, alright, out of all the songs you ever made, what is your favorite song?
My favorite song, to be honest, man, is Who Said, and it's actually on the Young Gov Da Great mixtape. It's basically just explaining, you know what I'm saying, all the struggles we went through and how everybody said it wouldn't come to pass, but I look at it like this, we here now, so who said it wouldn't happen?
Yeah. So is it, I know that you've been like in the media at local Decatur or whatever. I know they probably asked you this question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. How do you balance school and your industry right now?
Man, it's really not that hard as it seems, you know what I'm saying? I take the time out to focus on school, and I take the time out to focus on my music, and it really doesn't get confusing at all. Like, say during like weekdays when I got a performance, what I do, I knock out whatever I have to do in school, you know what I'm saying? I keep it 100, you know what I'm saying? And right after school, I hit the highway, you know what I'm saying? Or else if it's, you know what I'm saying, even might be a show I have to leave during school, I make sure I go to a couple classes, you know what I'm saying, see what I gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Cause you gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day, and I, you know what I'm saying, knock everything out, hit the highway, and keep it moving.
Yeah. You got any plans for any music videos coming out soon?
That's crazy you asked that. We're actually shooting our music video at the end of April, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna make it too broad, you know what I'm saying, but the music video, we have either the idea to do it to my R&B single called With Me, which is actually on the mixtape number 7, or else we'll do it to my new club single called Going, which is the bonus track on the mixtape, which is number 18.
What sets you apart from the rest of the young rappers out there that's trying to come up? What do you think sets you different?
Like this. I'm not gonna say it's the lyrics, because I'm not, you know what I'm saying, it's not so much about the lyrics in this, you know what I'm saying, age. There's probably a million rappers out there that's more lyrical, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not just gonna say the chains or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna say, man, is my grind, the way I portray everything, you know, so you can probably look at me and be like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna put it like this, my article that was in the newspaper, you look at me like, it's not the average rapper, you know what I'm saying? He in the newspaper, you know what I'm saying? I'm so business with it. I'm not just music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm more business than music. So I look at it like this. I go everything head first. We take our grind and we plan everything we do. We're not just gonna take everything and, you know what I'm saying, just end up somewhere else. We set everything in a certain category and we build on it. So I'm different from the artist because I'm more of a businessman than a rapper or a dancer.
Yeah. So anything you want to tell anybody else that's trying to get out there?
Man, that's, you know what I'm saying, just to keep your head on straight, be humble, stay on your grind, because one thing for sure, nothing is impossible. And you know what I'm saying, if I can do it, you can do it, because I had a sense at the time where I was like, man, I'm knowing damn well this is, you know what I'm saying, not gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? And it all wasn't because of what I was believing, because of what other people were saying. But at the end of the day, I got to believe, like, I don't care what nobody says. I'm gonna do me at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? This is me who grinding, this is me who getting what I'm getting. And so now at a point in time, I'm like, all the time I was saying and everything I said I was gonna do is coming to pass. So just keep your head on straight, like I said, stay humble and continue to grind, because nothing's impossible.
Yeah. I remember earlier we was talking about how you was influencing a bunch of other people to do stuff now. Who influenced you?
To be honest, it wasn't so much of a certain rapper, don't get me wrong, I have my favorite group of rappers, you know what I'm saying, but what influenced me so much was the unbelievers, the ones who didn't think it could come to pass, you know what I'm saying. The media so much did, and you know what I'm saying, in certain kind of ways. The media influenced everybody in a certain way, but more of the ones who would be like, oh, he ain't gonna do it, or I don't see him making it, or something like that. So, you know what I'm saying. And also my family, you know what I'm saying, the people who, you know what I'm saying, kept on pushing me and, you know what I'm saying, motivated me. And also my daughter, she influences me major when I see her every day. You know, so I look at her and I just think to myself, I gotta do it.
That's cool. So you think you'll be doing this for you think you set in stone with this, with the whole industry?
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. Like I said, like you said, this is the second mixtape. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not the second. I mean, it's really the fourth, but the second one that we really got out in public. And I'm not gonna stop. This is what I want to do.
Okay. If anybody wants to like book you or contact you, how would they do that?
Man, you can contact me ASAP by either my MySpace, which is myspace.com/YoungGovDG, or if you want to book me ASAP for either shows or get a collab, you can hit up B Smith at 312-404-3290. That's 312-404-3290.
I be going. Hey, when I hit the club, I be going. Love, I be going. I be going. YG in the club, yeah, he in the club. Super gone, fruity gone, boy, he turned up. Why you in my face? Get up out my face. Going is what they so